As you remember, I'm Stamatios Papadakis from Greece, assistant professor at the Department of Preschool Education. My expertise is educational technology, and what I am doing, I'm educating students to become kindergarten and primary school students. In part of our effort to make our students ready to teach what our new curricula in Greece require for them, both in kindergarten but also in primary school, but also what the recent literature states regarding the need of our students to cultivate 21st century skills, levels of communication, organization, critical thinking, as you mentioned yesterday in our lectures. What we have done in Greece, but not only in Greece, but around the globe, we are trying to find effective ways to introduce educational robotics since the preschool age. In other words, to find something that will be very easy both for kindergarten teachers but also for the preschoolers to work with it. What we have found the last years is that there is a kit, it's called microbit. First of all, have you ever heard that before? Any of you? Okay, so what we have found is that there is a kit, it's called microbit, that has a lot of capabilities that allows teachers for all educational levels, from kindergarten to high school, to work with it based on the knowledge level of their students. This is the kit. As you can see, it's very, very small. This is very good because it's thin, it's not heavy, so it's also suitable for the preschoolers. Also, and this is very important when we want to do STEP projects, is that it comes with a battery pack, a simple battery. If we open it, if I get my hands to open it, you will see that just has only 2 batteries, simple batteries. So nothing sophisticated, nothing to worry about where you will find batteries or extra materials and so on. So, why we have these batteries coming with it? Because we have 2 options to work with this microbit. The first option is the most obvious. We connect it here, we connect it on the USB port on our computer, and we are ready to program it and work it while it's connecting on the computer. On the other hand, if we could program it and then we want to do some outdoor STEM activities with our students, it's very easy because we just, you see now it's working, we just connect the batteries. It has a low, very low consumption, so this lasts for days or for weeks, and we can do very nice activities with our students. I repeat, with all ages. We have worked very effectively with my students in kindergarten and the first ages of primary school. Some of the activities to realize it. A very nice activity is a pedometer, like the application we have on our apps or on our watches to count steps. What we are doing with the preschoolers. We put this over here, and preschoolers are moving around the yard and count their steps. Or they are doing some other activities, they count how far away an object is with another object, and so on. Some other activities. I will try to show you some of the capabilities. No, just move. No. Okay. I will show you some of the capabilities. You can see that this small computer has almost everything that has our mobile phone. Has an accelerometer, has some sensors that count temperature, sound, light, and so on. So we can make very nice projects for STEM activities. Another example. With our students, we are making, for instance, an app that we can put it on a flower, and if during the summer in Greece we have a lot of sun and a lot of high temperatures over 40 degrees, what happens to it? When it detects that there is too high temperature and maybe this is not useful for the plant, it sends a Twitter or sends an email, or at least the LCD screen just shows a message, or play a sound, or even play a song. So, what I'm trying to tell, that we can make some playful activities to engage students of all ages. These are just two examples. Another example we have done for a European project was we went on a beach that we have some sea turtles. They are going outside and make their eggs. This is an endangered species. It's called Careta careta. And it's only on very special beaches in Crete or in the Aegean Sea. So what we done, because they are going there tourists, although there are signs of the nest, they are putting their umbrellas and destroy the eggs of the turtles. So what we done, we went there, we put in each of the nest this microbit, and because this can detect if it moves in any direction, send us an alarm that something is happening in this nest. What's happening? Maybe an animal, a fox, went there to dig for eggs, or a tourist, or not a tourist, even a Greek person, went there to put the umbrella on the nest. And this was a project we follow with our some schools, kindergarten and primary schools. So what I'm trying to say is that now we have a kit that is very, very cheap. This costs only 20 euros compared to some other kits like Lego, for instance, which cost 500 euros. So instead of buying only one kit, you can buy it almost 25. These kits, one kit for its children or for its student to do exactly the same job and even better. Also, what is very important for me is that this kit is coming with a programming environment, so it's very easy for children and teachers, of course, to programming it. And I'm going now to see you how very easy in a few minutes, without even knowledge of computer science, you don't have to be a computer specialist, you can make a very simple app just to change students in educational robotics, programming, computational thinking, and so on. So, this is the official website, Microbit. You can see here, microbit.org. Who make it? It was created with a combination with Microsoft and BBC, the British Council Broadcasting Organization, and so on. If you can see it called Microbit Educational Foundation. Microsoft gives all the money, so this is the reason why this is so cheap compared to any other product and so on. Here you can see that almost all the civilized world is using it. And what is important for me is that here there is the programming environment, if you visit makecode.microbit.org, you can go there. This is the programming environment. It's very easily user-friendly. You can go there, and what you can do? First of all, it's full here. It's full of teaching materials. It's full of ready-made project to work with it. If you want, you can go here on Teach to download ready projects to work with your students and so on. Maybe, I don't know if it is on your language, but if you like it, or if you know any programmer who wants to help, there is a program to translate it in every world language. For instance, voluntary, I help and I translate it on the Greek language. So I know that there is an offer for everyone to help. What you can see here, for instance, it's some of the projects that you can use to learn, like tutorial. You can see some is very nice because they try to change the students. For instance, this is very nice, my students love it very much. My university students love meter. They are with their friends and the microbits say how much each other love. Another one, which are going now to work on it, it's the flashing heart. We can make this LED screen to flashing like a head. It's very easy. Students like it very much, and when I'm talking about students, I mean both my university students, but also the preschoolers and the primary school students, because what we have to do when we are introducing educational robotics to everyone, we must engage them. If someone is not engaged in this, okay, he's going to pass my lesson, my university lesson, but later on, she or he is not going to work with it on the school settings. So, first of all, what I try to do is to gamify my lesson and to engage my students, even they are pre-service teachers, in-service teachers, and so on, and preschoolers, of course. So, we are going to create the first app to see how easily it is to work with it. First of all, what I'm going to do, I think I have already an account. I hope it remembers me. It's not necessary to do this to sign in, but it's good because, you see, here are some of the projects I'm working with my students, and I can find it everywhere in the cloud, even if I am in Greece, in Lithuania, or in the United States, and I can use it. This is the only point to sign in. It's free, you don't have to pay, it's very secure website, no worry about personal data, privacy, and so on. So, let's start making our first project. You can see here that during the years I have done a lot of projects, okay? But now we are going to make our new one. So, to create a project, just we have to press New Project. And here, ask us to give a name. My first project. You can give any name you like. Okay, what we are seeing here, first of all, they are very clever because they think that some schools, they don't have even the 20 euros to buy this kit. So what they have done, they say, no problem, even if you don't have the money, I will give you a simulator of it. So this is this. This is for the poor schools. This is for the rich schools who have 20 euros to buy it. But of course, it's much more better to work with it because the children see how it's a robotic kit. But in any case, you can also work with the simulator. Or sometimes we work both. with the simulator and the key. So, this is the simulator, and exactly we are seeing the LED screen. Here are all the commands. I don't know your knowledge on block-based programming, but in these environments that are focused on novice programmers, we don't have to write words to syntax. We just move blocking commands in the same way like we are moving pieces of a puzzle. We're just connecting pieces. And this is the best approach to introduce coding skills and programming skills to what we are calling novice programmers. Who are novice programmers? It's our students, but also the in-service teachers, the pre-service teachers that have no prior experience to coding. So, if I want to work, I will go here to the basic, and you can see that here there is a group of some basic commands. Later on, if I want, I can go there. There are some other commands, and you can see here, for instance, light level. With this command, I can programming the microbit to realize how the light level variables during the day or during the night, so as to do something. Compass has a compass here, so I can make some activities with my students outside the school, in the yard, working with a compass. Temperature, the example I told you before. If I put it in a plant, it can realize and I have the plant near the window, it can realize that it's very hot for the plant, so sends an alarm, a message to me. It's shake. Can understand if I'm doing like this, like this, like this, and again sending an alarm. Can recognize loud. If I'm speaking loud, again can make an action, and so on. You can see there are a lot of. You can play even melodies. With my students, we have programming Christmas carols. We're working with it during the Christmas. And a lot of. But for now, as we don't have enough time, we are going to do a very simple application. So, what we are going to do is that we are going to use this block forever. So, do something unless I tell you to stop. This means forever. And what I'm going to do is this one. I will go here on the basic, and you can see this block. So LEDs are this, the LEDs of the microbit. I'm taking this, and in the same action like I'm moving puzzle pieces and connect them, I will put it here. So, I don't know if you understand what we are going to do, but this time I'm seeing this. If I put something here, it will light here. So, let's try to make a heart. See how easily it is to draw a heart. Just you go with your mouse. This is supposed to be, I will try to make a heart. So easily. And if you see, you can see the heart in the microbit immediately. And if you want to make it look more for your students, you can put it also here. And later on, if you want to make some exercises, projects for your student, when you programming it, you can see here the photograph. Take screenshot. You can easily take a screenshot, and you have a photo of this, so you can integrate it in a paper sheet, whatever you want. But now, I'm here. I'm here, and if I put this, I'm returning back. Someone might me ask now, if it was not so morning, Okay, I can sit here, but why I cannot sit here? Because what I have to do is to take this, to connect it with my computer, to communicate both here and here. And how I'm doing this? For me, always, since 20 years now, is to try to connect the USB correctly. After I did this, the only thing I have to do is simply find the USB. Another problem. No. No. Okay. Okay. You can see? So, the children can easily play with the simulator and in a second can see also what's happening in the real educational robotic kit. But, first of all, someone of you might tell me that this is not a heart. Yes, I'm not a good painter, so I will try to create a better heart. So what I'm going to do, I will delete this. You see how I delete it? I move it here and I see a bin. Delete it. And I will go here, and if you go here, you can see show icon. If I take it here, there are some ready media icons. You can see a lot of. Somewhere here you can see the heart, much more better than my own heart. So, I will put it here, and if I press the play, much more better now, eh? But what I'm seeing that it's not exactly the same heart here with the same heart here, because still they have not communicated, my computer and the microbit. How I transfer my code to the microbit? If I put here connect device, next, you see, give me exact details. I will make a pair like a Bluetooth connection. Okay, this is just a few clicks only for the first time. Done. So easy. So easy. And now you can see it's exactly the same. And I have a heart, but it's not so nice because I want to be a flashing heart. So how can I make it flashing? What I'm going to do, I will make a trick. I will put another LED here. And now what is happening? I have done a flashing heart. Why? Because I tell him forever, show the heart icon, show a black screen, heart icon, black screen, heart icon, black screen, heart icon, black screen, and this is the flashing heart. So easily. I did an activity with my students with just using 2 commands, very easily to do. My experience is that the students find it very easily, this kind of activities. And what else I can do? I can put in music. For instance, I can make to sound also like a heart. Tuk, tuk, tuk. So, what I'm doing here is that I can take this play tone and okay, like the heart. But because this music is not so nice, I can go here, and you can see that if you know for music there is a piano. You can go here and if you know of music, I don't know of music, you can find the correct tone to use it. For instance, let's put this. This sounds like the person is dead, but okay, it's not a perfect tone. But this is an example how we can use microbit to make some very nice, easily to make projects. We made that project in less than 5 minutes. And for the most, I'm going to stop it because it's a bit annoying. Okay, if I want to start, simply press the stop button. And if I want to put it again in order, just press the play button. Some of you may working on the secondary education, and maybe you find this very, very playful and very childish for the secondary education students. This kit is for students of all ages and all educational grades. We can use very advanced projects with this. For instance, with a few more money, you can buy extra kits to make drones with it, to make cars with it, and so on. And also, if you are experienced with computers, computer science and programming, here you can see that now we are working with blocks. But if I'm working with bigger students, more experienced, you can see here that we have two options. JavaScript. Do you know JavaScript? Mm-hmm. If I press here JavaScript, you can see exactly the same code in JavaScript. So, instead of working with young age students, I can work the same example with my older students to teach them JavaScript. And also, I don't know if you know Python. Do you know Python programming language? It's one of the best programming languages. We are using also for educational purpose, but also for professional purpose. Imagine that the NASA spaceships are programming in Python. So, if I want to work with my students with Python, for instance, I am also teaching in the computer science department, so there we are working with Python. Very easily, I'm moving from here to Python. So, we have a kit, very cheap, very easily programmed, and we have the options to work with block-based programming, with Python, and with JavaScript. This is the reason this kit is very, very useful and is working with it educators from kindergarten to the university lessons and grades, because it's offered a great flexibility both on projects and programming languages. And of course, if you want to work with it, you can see that it has everything that a computer, that a programming environment has mathematics to work with it and to make nice projects. You can see that it has also advanced mathematics like P, constraint, and so on. And what is also important, what I mentioned to you, is that if we choose extensions, here you can see that there is a huge variety of kits that you can take if you have extra money to work with your students. You see there are a lot of activities that you can make. Cars, as I told you before, drones, everything to work with it. If you want to play with robotics, if you want to play with networking, and so on. But for me, the most important thing is that you can work simply with it without having to buy any extra, just using the activities that are already embedded here. And there are free material in the web. If you visit the Microbit official website, also if you search in the YouTube from this organization, there are a lot of videos to help you step by step to begin working with it. And I believe it's a good approach to start educational robotics activities with this kit. Before this, for instance, on Greek schools, we work with Lego. Do you know Lego Mindstorms? Okay, nice, but too expensive and without so many variety of projects. We just make some robots move around, detect objects, and so on. Here, you can make much more projects with your students. Only your imagination can stop you. And because we don't have enough time for the other software, I'm going to stop here, but before stopping and make a short break, do you have any question? If you want, you can see this also. Yes. And maybe I'm going to go back to search for a project to see a more advanced project that we have done. For this, yes, you can see the title. This is the turtle protection project we have done, and we go to the beaches. You can see that here, for instance, this is the whole code of the project. Although it's an advanced project, it's very, very simple. You can see that what we have done, we set a light sensor on, so if the kit detects that an animal or a person is moving on the nest, immediately realize that there is a sudden change in the light level it detects and send me a radio message. Here, this in Greece, kindinos means danger. So, in my phone, I'm receiving a message, danger. So, I know that something is happening with the nest. Otherwise, it plays also a music, so as if it is a cat, to be afraid and to move away from the nest. And this is a very simple project, but it is working. And we use it in specific beaches in Crete to protect the nest. And of course, you can see here is the code on microbit, on block. And here, for instance, is the exact code on Python for the large students. Maybe I can find another project. This is a pedometer. The project we done with the students, open. You see, very, very easily. We just put the microbit, we put it here, and just count steps. It begins with 0, and each time the children is moving on shake, it detects the move, and just count steps. So easily. You can see that you can create very nice project with just a very few commands, instead of having to make full project that hinder the teachers to work with it. Very, very easy projects with very few commands. And I'm trying to find, I don't know if I have saved it, the Christmas carols, to see how are the Christmas carols. Maybe it is this one, melody. I don't know what it's doing. Let's hear it. On start. No, it's not working. But I want to show you how we can make our own melodies with our students to make also STEAM projects, introduce also arts. I can go here. Music. You can see here there is melody. If I go here and go here, I can see a gallery of ready-made melodies. If I like this, for instance, I can put it here and I can see here how this melody is programmed to be played in the microbit. Now, if I know music, personally I don't, but if you know music, you can go here and modify this melody on your own needs, or with your students create your own melody. How I can make it? Just simply, I'm going here. I don't know now what I'm doing, maybe you know, but look how it's done. Also, okay, stop, and I can play with a tone, with a beat, with a tone. I can change also the tone. You can see the tempo. Again, I don't know what is this, but I know that something is changing. And let's hear now what is now. I think it's played more quickly. So, if I like it, I have it like this, and my microbit is playing my own melody. So I can also make some more nice music projects with my students and so on, to include also art in STEM education. Okay? And this is the way we program it to play Christmas carols. But I cannot find now the project, maybe I delete it. Okay, so in just a few seconds I try to introduce you in this microbit. I hope just to realize that it has a lot of capabilities to use it in our classrooms and in all educational levels, from novice programmers like our teachers, our students, and to more advanced users like computer science teachers and computer science students later on high school or even in university. So, if you like it, again, you can find all necessary material in the official website, microbit.org. Everything is free. Just to have time to search for it, to do what is going on, and if it fits on your needs. Personally, I believe it's a good approach to start educational robotics on schools. Okay, so I'm going to stop now. Vincentas told me that we are going to make a short break, and later on we will continue until 10 o'clock with another programming environment, just to introduce students on computational thinking skills using another block-based programming environment that we found it very, very good for young age students. Okay? No.
Thank you.